So this question is asking you what is the 14th term of this sequence? All right. And you're given four terms, but they're spread apart. So if you were looking at this logically, the first thing you would do is you'd notice 5 plus 7 is 12, and 12 plus 7 is 19. So you always want to make a connection between these numbers. And what throws a lot of people off is they want to try to make a big leap to this number and say, how does that relate? And that just wastes time. So step one, determine the sequence and the distance between the two numbers. Uh, So the distance between them, 12 minus 5 is 7, and 19 minus 12 is 7. And if you try to start doing something else, like saying, well, what's the difference between the third number, you're off. It's going to tell you that there are 14 sequences, and see, then what's going to happen is you're going to get confused as to whether you should do a 14 sequence or what you're supposed to do. So you're always trying to find a relationship between the first number 5 and 12, or the second number 12 and 19. And when you get all three of these numbers, you're trying to see, do all three of these numbers relate? And they do. This is 7. 5 plus 7 is 12. 12 plus 7 is 9. So 7 is the distance. So we take that 7 and we plug it in here. And why are we plugging it here? Because this is distance. So here's your formula. Arithmetic sequence is the first number plus the unknown number minus 1. And I put this here as n minus 1. And then this is multiplied times the difference of the numbers. Okay? N minus 1 is d. So you're looking for 14 minus 1. Which is going to give you 13. Okay, so that was noted here. 14 minus 1 is 13, so you have 13 times 7. And when we move on to the next side, 13 times 7 is 91. Now, am I doing my math right? Make sure you check behind me. So that's 91, and then 91 plus your sequence is 5. 5 plus 91 is 96. So when you go back to the original equation, this is the answer, is your first number here is 96. If you go back to the original equation, they gave you that number. See, but you didn't know what sequence it was. Here's the other thing you could have done. If you wanted to look at the next number, you could have gone, okay, my first term was 5, and this is going to cost you time. Because later as you get older, and you could have said, my second term is 12, and you could have done it the slow and hard way. Okay? You could have done that, and then you would get the term. But the other thing is you're trying to find something that's really, really quick to help you, and your original numbers were 5, 12, 19, and over here. $96. So that's your 14th term. It was already given to you, but you had to know that. And if you didn't know that, you were going to get into some trouble. So try to think through what you're doing, and it's not as hard once you get the formula written down. And again, I'm going to show you the formula on the next page so you can have that to work with. Arithmetic sequence formula. All you have to do is this AM means the number you're looking for. Look for. And in math, you use a lot of redundancy. So like you see how you see all these AMs? The small m means the mean. Like if you were trying to find like this or this and another, but this is standard formula. A lot of times they'll write it as and they'll make this little number. That's subscript, make it low. But this is what you're looking for. So if you were to write this, you'd go 14 equals first number 5, and this one means write the first number plus the 14th term is what you're looking for. And don't forget your brackets, because PEMDAS rules still do count. It's 14 minus 1 times the distance between the numbers. So you see all this, and a lot of people get confused. Don't just remember what this is so you get ready to add. Okay, so thanks for listening.